here with first-year head coach Ben Limback to preview the upcoming men's basketball season that is rapidly approaching. You returned to Concordia here, your alma mater, as head coach towards the end of the school year last year. First off, what excites you about being back and now being the head coach here?
Well, I mean, just the similar feel to Concordia, being back, just the atmosphere here, the people, reconnecting with alumni. It's just a lot of memories are coming back, and just a wonderful opportunity, even for my family too, to come to this great town of Seward. So we've been excited, anticipating the season coming up, but just being back in Bulldog land's been great so far.
Now, in many ways, this program's getting a fresh start with a new head coach and a lot of new faces, recruiting-wise. What kind of energy has that created?
Well, I'm excited with the guys that we have returning and the new guys coming in. We really, I think one of the biggest strengths we have right now is our chemistry. I think guys have quickly gotten along and started acclimating themselves with each other. Adam Vogt's been a tremendous leader so far, and getting guys to go in the same direction. So just the amount of work we're putting in is one thing. We know we have to make some progress, but I think the combination of just the chemistry and what the guys are doing and the direction we're heading, I think has been truly a great asset for us so far.
Now, coming into your first year, do you look at some of the turnover maybe as a good thing in the way that you're bringing in your guys that maybe fit the kind of the guys you're looking for?
Yeah, I think we definitely are young. I mean, that's going to be a challenge for us all years. We've got to grow up quickly, especially the new guys. But we lost some great seniors, some all-conference guys, Bertel and Smith, and even just some of those guys have been around. And anytime you lose experience like that, it's a challenge. So that's what we're trying to overcome. We have a great focus, a great work ethic right now. We just need to grow up and become experienced, which wasn't easy to do right away. So that's why guys like Adam Vogt, we've had some guys in the program, Bockelman and Grunmeyer for a while. They've had good attitudes and have kind of helped the young guys along. And I'm hoping guys like Robbie Thomas and Max, who have played varsity, and Joel Haywood, that they step up as leaders as well to replace those seniors that we lost.
How much do you lean on Joel Haywood and Adam Vogt, being that they're really far and away the most experienced guys?
Yeah, no, we rely on them a lot, and they're not necessarily vocal guys. They're not rah rah, let's get after it type thing. They're leaders by example, by nature, which is good. And both of them I've challenged to be more vocal. But anytime you have upperclassmen that have competed at the varsity level in the GPAC, you have to rely on them. So they know it. They're making great strides to become more vocal leaders, to share insights as to what the team needs to do. And I've been pleased with their progress as leaders, and they know that it's an important thing for our success.
Now, what will Concordia basketball look like this season in terms of style of play? Now that you've gotten a chance to see kind of how your guys fit in a little bit with practice going on.
Yeah, no, we still have a lot of questions to answer in terms of lineup and who's going to play where, but it's becoming more clear what our strengths and weaknesses will be. But I think the strength of this team is just right now we do have good chemistry. There's an unselfishness to the team, a desire to improve every day, and that's going to be huge for us. I think we're going to be extremely long, so we're really defensively. Our emphasis is to really get deflections, to do things on the defensive end that help us lead to offense. inside, 6'10", 6'8", and then even at the forward 6'7", 6'9", and even our guard play is on the perimeters, 6'3", 6'4". So I expect us at times, we could have a lineup out there that's no shorter than 6'3". So that's great. Offensively, we are going to look to push. We want to get high percentage shots, but we're a motion team. We'll run motion, and that's what we're going to be looking for. And we have a few things to still work on in terms of what offense and what we need to put in. I think I've been pleased with our progress so far, and knowing that we have a long ways to go, but pleased with our progress.
With this team's youth, Max Wegner and Robbie Thomas are two of the more experienced guys that they had to be thrown into the fire last year as freshmen. How are they coming along?
I think that experience last year should help them. I mean, it wasn't a lot for some of them, but I think Max and Robbie, we're counting on them for big things this year. I think Robbie's been tremendous so far in practice, both ends of the floor, offense and defense. He's an amazing shot blocker, great timing. He can guard 1 through 5, on the perimeter. So really, I think his biggest strength is defense, but he can score, he can shoot, he can lay it on the floor. So I'm excited about what he's going to do this year. And Max too. Max has great footwork in the post. Has extremely long. He can shoot the 3 at 6'9". So we're going to use him in different ways too. Both those guys, like I said before, they got to grow up quickly because we're going to need them to be major contributors this year.
In the backcourt, who do you see fitting in along with Haywood and Vogt and kind of the point guard situation?
Yeah, no, we're trying a bunch of options at the perimeter spots. Obviously, Haywood and Vogt are going to be major contributors, and their health will be a big key. From last year's team, there's a few guys that have done some things this summer and are in the mix. Bachelman's shown some good things here and there, and his health will be key too. But then we're counting on some new guys. We have DeAndre White's transfer from Wayne State as a point guard. He'll be a sophomore, and his body is college ready. He's nice power guard is what I call him. So we're counting on him for some major contributions this year. Aaron Walker, freshman out of Lincoln. He's 6'3", 6'4", but he's got a 6'9" wingspan. So he's somebody that I think defensively has a ability to change the game. Eli Ziegler, he's also a guy on the perimeter that can do some things for us. Seth Curran, point guard from Omaha, he's also going to be in the mix, and he's very shifty with the ball, and then Micah Colway, who's got to sit out because he's transferred within the league, so he'll be ready second semester. He had a great summer, worked hard this summer, and so we think he'll give us a spark too on the perimeter. But as you can hear, there's a lot of guys, that can be in the mix. There's more that I think could surface at some point, but those are the guys on the perimeter right now that I think could see some minutes early here.
In the front court, you had a couple of local big guys, Justin Dammy and also Chandler Folkerts. How are those guys coming along, and where do they kind of fit in?
Those guys have been warriors. Coaches, we were just talking about it the other day. Just it's awesome to have a set of bigs that sharpen each other, make each other better. Chandler and Justin both, big bodies, but the best thing about those guys is that every day they want to get better. They don't take plays off. They work hard, and they're tough. They listen, and so I think the sky's the limit with both those guys. They're different, and how they play. So it's nice to have different styles for those two bigs. And then even Steve Llewellyn out of Kansas, he's a freshman. He's got a great frame on him, and perhaps one of the hardest workers on our team. So to have big guys with that kind of size, but then also the work ethic that they have, they're all three just making each other better every day in practice, and so they're making great strides, and we need them to, because they're all three, especially Justin and Chandler. We're counting on them this year already as freshmen.
Now, what guys are you going to look at when you need a big shot down the stretch, or is it going to be more kind of how the defense plays that'll dictate it?
It's a good question. I right now that's kind of still to be determined, I guess. I mean, that's what our scrimmage this weekend, and we'll find out a lot in the next couple weeks. But you know what, you have to rely on the guys that have been there before. At some point, I think Vogt and Haywood, they've been in this varsity competition and in the GPAC, and so those two guys are relying on whether they take the big shot or not. I always try to tell guys I don't want heroes, I want winners. And winners don't necessarily always take the shot, but they create plays that help win the game. So I see guys like Adam Vogt, Joel Haywood, DeAndre White, Robbie Thomas, even Max. They're guys that can make the plays down the stretch, and some of the freshmen coming in, I think they have the ability to do that too. So we'll see. I mean, a lot of that, like you just said, will be calls that we make down the stretch. Who has the hot hand? Who do I feel is mentally at the right state to take a shot or to create a play like that? But those are some things that we kind of have to learn on the fly. But I definitely, guys like Vogt and Haywood, I would expect would step up in situations like that to do something to help us win.
Last year obviously was tough here record-wise. What have you seen that makes you optimistic about this program taking a step forward and being more competitive this year?
Yeah, there's definitely a mindset to, like I said, to go in a different direction and to make some changes. I think everybody has a desire to win. We're working on having the desire to prepare to win every day. And I think that's where we all have goals, we all have aspirations to have a much different season, and so our goal is to focus on what this year can be based on the guys we have. We lost some seniors, we know that, but we need to move on. And so our focus is this year and what we need to do to compete in the GPAC.